Good morning, welcome to Manic Fishing. It's certainly a bit manic out here today, so I've steamed straight out. I've come out miles. It was a bit bumpy coming out, but it is what it is. This is where I think the Pollock could be. Touch wood, let's hope so. Yet again, another wreck. They'll be here or they won't be here. So fingers crossed. The heater's blaring 22 degrees, so I'm virtually on the wreck. I'm going to turn myself round. I know where I'm drifting, and then we'll hopefully smash a few fish. So we do the first drift, give me an idea of where I'm going. I've gone down with an 8-ounce lead. We're moving quite quick, but it's going to ease off at the Pollock light fast water. So it looks like I'm just going to clip down the outside of it, but we'll play it out. First drift is always just to see where you're going, you know, which by the looks of it's right down the outside. So let's get up. I've gone down today just to try. I've got my Manic lures there, my tried and tested, but I've got I'm sorting some lures out and making a few up, so I'm on like a skerry, but it's a sort of bluey sparkly thing. I'll show you. I think this is one of these like wrecking packs that they gave me. So yeah, it's like a blue sparkly, sort of like a mackerel-y thing, I suppose. Right, let's get round. I can see where I'm going. Right, so second drift, I've got myself on it a bit better now. Should have got down a bit quicker, really. Takes a couple of drifts to get your head around it, you know. Right, we're on the money. It is a bit windy out here, but it's not too bad. There's no big swells, really. Showing quite a few fish at the top, high up in this wreck, so I might come up a bit. That's 40 turns, but I generally find the Pollock are on the bottom, you know. Once you get one, it breaks your back, doesn't it? Gets your confidence in. Just so nice to be out fishing, I'll be honest. It was okay over in Thailand, a bit too hot for me, a bit too busy. I enjoyed the fishing in Krabi, but, and what an awesome carp. But yeah, it wasn't really for me, too busy. Oh, showing a few down there now, I don't want to curse it. Sometimes it does take a while for the fish to switch on. It's strange, you know, even though you're marking them, they're not always switched on, but we'll try. Now, you do sometimes question your lure, so I'm going down with the Manic. They're tried and tested, them. So let's have a go with them. Let me just move myself because I'm going to miss it. Right, down with the Manic. So these lures are tried and tested, you know. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with any of the others, and I'm not saying that, you know, my belief is if the fish are feeding, they'll take anything, but I do, it's just a confidence thing, you know. And it's not that the head on this is, I've got a 20-gram head on it, which will just get that lure down quicker. What I'm going to do, I'm going to give this one more drift, and then I'm going to go and hit this little submarine and come back to this, because they don't seem to be switching on here, so it's not too far away. Normally if you say you're going to move, you start to catch. That's my theory. Be on your game on this one because it's so small and we're drifting quite fast. So tried to give myself so I'm sort of sideways on, so it slows me down a bit. Our wreck's nearly about 50 foot from the wreck. I'm down, right. Going 40 there because it's showing loads of fish at the top, but looks like we're going into another little broken up part. Perhaps this is just too small. Worth a try, ain't worth going past it. We'll just give it one more drift, this little one. Oh, had a snatch then. Huh. About 20 turns up. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Finally. Nice, bit of perseverance. On the Manic. Feels like a Pollock. Up he plops. Nice, so first one, hard going, but there you go. That's what we want. Alright, so let's go down again. I'm somewhere near that same drift. Well, it's not showing loads of fish down here, but I'll just pick that one out. Not really fished this wreck much. Well, don't think I fished it at all actually. I'm keeping myself quite close to this wreck because with the drift speed's quite, you know, it's okay. So I don't need to be 300 foot away from it. I'm going to work this. So I haven't worked this wreck before, so it's not rocket science, but I'm just going to go across sections of it. Sort of runs across the tide, this one. So I'm virtually down. Wreck's coming up now. Come on, get down. Right, I'm down. Showing a few more there now. Looks like they're sitting just about 10-15 foot above this wreck. I reckon about 15 turns and I'm on it. Oh, yep. Go on. Nice. Yeah, nailed it. That feels nicer. Make sure I got a bit of clutch if it wants to go. Yeah, it's starting to go now. Just keep the tension on, you know. Feels a bit better, that one, this one. Till you get him up, a bit of a dead weight. Yeah, he's seen the light now, so he's kicking a bit. That boom. Yeah, nice. Oh, don't want to lose it. Oh yeah, there's a better one. Right, so I'm back exactly the same drift line. So I'm hoping for some of these double figure ones. They should be in row now, so they should be, you should be hitting double figures. But we'll see. I'm happy to catch anyone's really. So I'm starting to show a couple now. I'll tell you what, I'm over 20 foot and it's just not showing like they were on that last one. So let's move back around, move in. Weird that. Oh yes, had a snatch then. Let's drop back down. That lunge then, whether it's taken the tail of my Manic. I just come over, slightly over. Sometimes 20 foot can make all the difference. Yeah, we're drifting lovely now. Drifting about 1.6 knots. Just perfect that. What I'll do is there is a little sub just out here that could be loaded. It's not too far away, so I'm going to try that. Well, apart from the wind, it's quite a nice day out here. I'm just working all over this section of this wreck. Try and pick out where these fish are. Well, it's not a massive wreck, but so because it runs across the tide, you can't drift right the way through it, so it's just a case of finding these pockets. We'll find them. Yep. Oh no, that's a wreck. Oh, Skip knows. Yes, go on you baby. Yeah, that feels better. On the Manic. A Manic smash 'em, mate. Absolutely destroy. Seek and destroy. There's nothing. I ain't found nothing better, I'll be honest. They just are quality. So no real massive sizes, but you'll take them, you know. Not massive, but they're all right. That'll do. That's showing a rake of fish there. About 80 foot down. I think my boom keeps catching round. I'm gonna have to change my trace. I can feel it heavy. You'll see in a minute. Yeah, that's twisting. So I just switched over. I just switched that trace round, put a new one on. It was getting caught up. I'd used that quite a while. Just had to put me darker glasses on. It's quite a glare out here. Right, come on. Yeah, it's not showing any on that corner. They're in the middle of this wreck. It's where they seem to be holding. So I'll move back round. I'll say it's not a massive wreck to work it out, you know. I'll continue on this one. I've got about another hour and a half before it reaches high tide, and then it'll be slack. So yeah, look, you can see where the tide's changing. The lure's getting caught up. Painful. Now what I'm going to do is, if this catches up again, I'm going to shorten the trace. So I'm on it's about 7 foot trace at the minute, 8 foot trace maybe. So may even cut that in half. If not, I may even whack a slow jig down or a lead head. It's just where the tide's turning, you know. It's making it go funny in the tide. I do like the longer trace because it makes the lure work better, but it is what it is. You know, sometimes shortening or lengthening your trace helps you. If it's a really raging tide, and I'm coming across it quick, I'll go 15 foot sometimes. When the tide slows down, you want to be, if it keeps twisting up, you know, then you need to shorten it. We'll have a look when I bring this one up now, see what the state it is, and go from there. Well, it's lovely out here, I'll be honest. I mean, it's a bit choppy, but it's not too bad. Hopefully it won't be too bad getting in. Still quite windy. Right, let's have a look at this trace. I'm just coming up to the leader now. Yeah, so you can see that's catching up. So let's shorten it. So what I'll do is, let's there's my scissors gone there. So let's make it about, I'll make it about 4 foot, so I'll make it about that long. So let's cut this one off here and put this one on, one I made earlier. So that hopefully will eliminate that, and if it doesn't, then I'll go down with a jig or a slow jig. So it's about 4 foot. Let's try that. All right, let's go back round. All right, so let's try this. The long boom does help, you know. They say it's anti-tangle. I mean, you can see it's not, but it does help it out, but sometimes when the tide, because we're virtually coming up to high water now, so the tide's changing and it's swinging around, you know, slowing down, so it does make it a bit awkwarder. The great thing about these Manic lures is they've got such a fantastic action that they move anyway, you know, so it doesn't necessarily, you don't have to have that longer trace to make it play, you know. Yeah, so we're slowing down about 1.2, 1.4 knots. So I'm going to hit this sub in a minute, because even though there's fish here, that would be perfect because it's only very small and I don't want to be across it very fast, and they could, you know, could be the mother load on there. Right, let's reel in, let's have a look, see what this trace has done, if it's fixed the problem. Yeah, look, see, that's sorted that problem out. Shorter trace. So let's get this other one rigged up, whack another boom on here, and then I'll hit this sub. Right, so I'm just coming up to this sub now. As I say, it's literally, this is very, very small, but because the tide's dropped, I should be okay here. As I said, if I find them and we're not moving fast, I'll whack a slow jig down and I'll nail them. Right, let's go down with a Manic first on this shorter trace. I've got that other rod set up. I'm still going to use a 8-ounce weight here. So it looks like we'll be going through it okay. I've known this back in the day to be literally loaded, but yep, there you go, straight in. Nice when a plan comes together. This is on the Manic with a shorter trace. Oh dear, smallest pollock you'll ever see, but there you go. You can go back to fight another day. Right, let's get back round. Minnow pollock, but still a fish. Alright, so I'm going to go down with a jimmy jig. This is a 120. Well, once you slow right down, you can use these to your advantage. Right, actually, oh, here we go. Yeah, I'm into a fish now. On the way up. That's better. Make sure it can take line. That feels better. That could be a bass. Nice. Always feels better on a lure rod, you know. It might be a net job, this. It like the jimmy jig. Oh, it's a Pollock. Better sized one. I don't want to lose him. What a prat. That was a double-sized Pollock. I'm just switching round, trying different things. I'll be honest, it's not showing millions of fish on here, but there's the odd couple. Yep. Nice, that nailed it. Let's hope he's got a slow jig in his mouth. That's on the Manic lure. Jeez. I'll just snap my boom now. Having murders. So back down again. If you work hard, you will pick them off, you know. It's not always, you know, they're not always sort of, you know, rammed on there. Certain times of the year, you know, you may hit it lucky. I mean, I must admit, I do have some nice lucky hits, but it's not always that way. So I've just come slightly up further on this drift now. As I said, the wind and the tide are playing havoc with the boat. Yeah, just not going through the bits I want to. It's just the wind's taking me. Oh, here we go. I think that must have hit that on the way down. Yeah, I hit that on the way down. So he's starting to, I think when he sees the light, he'll kick. Let's hope he's got a slow jig in his gob. Oh dear. Well, baby pouting, granddad. Right, let's go back around. Right, so I'm just trying out, this is a same camera, but it's just a different microphone on here, so I'm hoping this will be okay sound wise. So I've just come up to a really small little, I don't know if this is a sub or a dear little structure, but all the time the tide's not moving fast, I'm going to take advantage of these just to see what's all about, you know. Could be some gems on here, you know, or it could be absolutely done. Just debating on whether to, I think I had one hit on the way down. Yeah, I thought it was. Just about to start. Just debating on whether to go back to that wreck I was on before this morning. I know it fishes better on the ebb, without a doubt, but looking at these sea conditions. Oh, this feels a bit better. Nodding. Massive, but still a nice size, you know. Right, I'm going to do one more drift here on this one, and then I'm going to think what I'm going to do, because it's 25 to 2. I've got to think what I'm going to do really, whether I go back to where I was this morning, but potentially could be an hour and a half steam in, so you know, so you can't tempt this sea. There is a wreck that I can go to on the way back home, but I don't know. It's a tough call. I mean, I've done okay, but I really wanted to hit a few double figure ones. You probably can't hear that, but that wind is quite strong, quite whistling. Now what I'm doing is 10 to 2. The sea's not great. I've got about an hour steam to get in, well, hour and 15 to get in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get across this shipping lane safely, and then I'll have a look, because it gets dark at 4. So yeah, it's just, you know, you just can't tempt the sea, you can't tempt the, I don't like the dark, you know, I want to get across this shipping lane nice and safe, but yeah, hopefully I'll hit a wreck when I get into safe water. The other side of this shipping lane is quite busy, there's about, I don't know, 8-9 tankers here, so let's get across this first, and I'll hit a wreck and I'll get that double figure pollock for you. Right, so I just got myself across the shipping lane, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to hit a couple of these little wrecks here. So we should be ebbing now. So I'm just going to hit this. The wreck I want to go to is about a mile past this, but it's pointless driving over a wreck to get to one. So let's just try this one here. So in theory, we should be ebbing. So I'm going to go down with this longer trait, sidewinder here, and then see if we're going where we're supposed to go. I'm rocking. So I'm still with an 8-ounce lead, but I've just got a longer trace on. As I say, this isn't the wreck I want to fish, but it's pointless going past it. You know, there's no point going over a wreck to get to a wreck. That's going down lovely now. I reckon I could get away with a 6-ounce lead. But yeah, I think we're going to go right up this. I mean, it'd be ironic if there's big fish out here and I've steamed another sort of 14-15 miles out further to get them, but you sort of go by your history, you know where they are and where they're going to be at a certain time of the year, and but you know, this global warming and everything else, it's things change. So this is just inside the separation zone, you know, so you're in the safe place here. Yeah, it's nice to get across that shipping lane, you know. I mean, there's no dramas, but it's just, you know, one less stress. Now, the wind might push me off, but it might not. That line just wants to go around that side all the time. This is a great, in its day it was a great wreck, but whether it produces today, as I said, I've had a great day. I'm just glad to be back. Thailand was too hot and too busy for me. I was glad to have the I was glad to catch that carp. That was awesome. But I'll say I may well try and do another video. I don't think you'll get them that size in England, but let's try and bully this line round here so I can see the sounder. But yeah, I've had a fantastic day. I'm just glad to be back. I miss me dogs, I'll be honest, you know, and flipping out. I think I'm going to switch over to a Manic. I've got so much confidence in them lures. Well, I can see where I'm drifting now, so we're going to pretty much drift right the way up this wreck. Tide normally runs like that, and this wreck's there, so we're actually running right up this this wreck. So I think I'll keep that one on, and I'll switch over to a Manic on this one. Right, let's put that one there. Let's get a Manic out, a longer one. Just love these lures. Okay, right. I reckon that'll do us. So back with about an 8-foot trace. Manic lure, 8-ounce weight. So I'm the only one fishing this wreck, so being a little bit frugal, I'm just coming halfway down and getting across it so I can see if I can find these fish. If there was other boats here I wouldn't do that, you know, but it's only me. But when I just drove over that trail there, it was showing loads of fish, so I just stopped on the same trail line and I'll hopefully drift back on them. Hopefully I should be able to keep this content up. Obviously I've been away for 2 weeks and the only video I did was that one. I went out on a charter boat out there, mate, it was horrific. I had a rod that I took with me. I travelled, I took it all up. I took it on 3 different airlines where I was island hopping in Thailand, and I never used it. I wish I had done. When I got on this charter boat, honestly, you should have seen the reels and the rod. I should think Jack Hargreaves had a newer rod than what they had on there. It was absolutely shocking. So I didn't do a video of that one. Yes, had a dive then. Yeah, go on you bugger. Yes, thank you. That's better. Well, that feels like a double. Now I'm going to use the net. I'm not going to muck about and lose these again. Oh, I will use the net. It's not really that massive, but I'll use the net anyway. Just saves losing it. Yeah, quite a nice one. Get out, you. Come out, Skip. Wait. Yeah, nice healthy one. Pretty sure, as I say, they're on this tip, this top tip. Always just trying to get out one more fish. I'm going to just have to find the 5:30. And see if I can hit that after a lot. Alright, come on. One more fish. Well, I don't think it's going to happen. So, it is what it is. Listen, thank you so much for watching Manic Fishing. At the end of the video, you'll see a prompt for another video. Watch that one, that'd be good. Then you'll see my Manic Fishing logo. Hit that logo, please. Thank you everybody who subscribed. I really appreciate that. I'm nearly on 4,000 subscribers at the minute, thanks to you guys. I am obviously putting a few shorts out to blip subscribers, but if you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button, please. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful day.